penny and non-penny, renewable energy, alternative energy stocks, and we're going to find out what happens when you buy a call option. So we'll first of all try and answer the latter question: what happens when you buy a call option? Yes, we are live. So what happens when you buy a call option? Okay, so what you're looking at right now is the option table of GameStop, and it says here they have some limits, some restrictions, and so to cut a long story short, if you want to buy, or if you buy a call option, for instance, this will give you an idea of what happens, what is behind the rally that you're seeing in GameStop and indeed some of the other stocks. Apart from the fact that on the underlying equity itself, the underlying issue, which is the stock itself, apart from people demanding the stock and those who are already in the short position are trying to cover, apart from that, what also happens is that when you buy the stock, when you buy this this call option contract, this broker or indeed any other agent will go to the market and also buy an equivalent amount of what you have bought. By that I mean, if you buy, let's say if you buy 10 contracts, that would mean you will have bought 1,000 shares, because each contract is 100 shares, and then 10 contracts will be 1,000 shares. So they'll go to the market and also buy 10,000 shares to hedge that transaction you have made. So even before this GameStop issue became a problem, this was also going on, I mean, from I would say since the lockdown happened, because there was a huge run-up in, especially after that collapse, after that correction, when the lockdown was imposed all over the world. People were buying. A lot of people, sign up on Robinhood and indeed all the platforms, and including us here. We got active on our platform here on Charles Schwab, and we started looking at things, so just like yourself, you started getting busy with your platform and all that stuff. So people were buying what is it called? People were buying call options. You can see what's going on here. If they want to, if they are looking at GameStop and thinking, it might run up to the 620. Even if it's not going to run up to 620, there's still money to be made from trading the 620 position. Okay, if you buy it, because amongst other things, you're also looking at this. This is one. It's only going to cost me $100 to buy this, to get into this contract. So you put $100 there. The broker goes to the market, and so all of this is what happens, and also this gives you an idea. This paints a picture of what is pursuing, what's behind this rally in GameStop and indeed all the other stocks. So that being answered, let's get back and see what's going on here. So we have covered sun hydrogen in our previous video today. So we have to point out that we have some positions in sun hydrogen. So let's find out what's going on here. Okay, it's currently at $0.19. 61.2 million shares have traded so far. Okay, so let's go down here and find out what the volume is like. 61.2 million shares have traded so far, and it has a hefty 2.42 billion shares on float and $419 million in market capitalization. So this is what is going on live with sun hydrogen. So it's currently trading, this is the 1 minute time chart. It's currently trading above all of its trend lines, apart from the 200-day trend line. For some reason, it is trading below. That's the long-term trend line. It's trading below that long-term trend line, and this is for, as I indicated before, the 1 minute time chart. Okay, without wasting much time, let's go over here and look at the next one. Will be ABML, American Battery Metals. We also have a position in American Battery Metals. So it's currently at $3.32, $3.35. Okay, and in the previous video we also pointed out that these two stocks, American Battery Metals and Sun Hydrogen, they have the short interest in them has increased, and by a huge amount, in relative terms, so that's what's going on there. So so far 7.8 million shares have traded, which is below our average, and it has a market cap of $1.3 billion. 479 million shares are on float. Okay, let's see if we can validate that trading volume. Okay, 7.814. Yes, that's it. So we come back here and find out what's going on with ABML. ABML is trading at $33.35, up 19.32%. So this is the live session. It's you can see it's just getting some support from the, what I call out, the 10-day trend line. Okay, so it's currently trading above all of those trend lines, including the volume weighted average price. Okay, so that's let's see whether we have okay. Yeah, okay, so back to what we're doing. So we have all the stocks we haven't covered today. That will be the next one will be ASTI, Ascent Solar Tech. I don't think we have covered Ascent Solar Tech before. So Ascent Solar Tech is in the semiconductors and semiconductor equipment subsector. 103.6 million shares have crossed the tape so far, and they're saying it is below average. So let us update this. Today's the 29th. So it's currently trading at $0.017. This is a serious penny stock. Has a market cap of $313.2 million, 18.103 million. He saw that right, 18.103 billion shares. That's not million, billion shares. This is a massive float, but at least it keeps the spread between the bid and the ask. It keeps it a bit narrow, instead of as against a very short flow that may result in volatility. But even at that, regardless of that, it is still, because it's a penny stock, a small amount of money can move things here, can move a lot of stocks. So it's been running up gains up till when was that? Up to the 20th of this month, so not long ago it just started to correct. At that time I was trading at 3 cents. It has since lost yeah, it has since corrected. This is a correction, no doubt about that. So let's see whether we can digest anything here. ASTI appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above 0. The 14 momentum for ASTI as measured by 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is waning. Okay, this is the momentum. Yes, we can say it is waning relative to what it was before. This means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking profits in positions bought at lower prices. Today's volume is on track to be lighter than usual, with 103.61 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. Okay. So yeah, this stock, if you really want to get into this, it's one of those penny stocks, and it's also in the solar space as well. Just put a small amount of money there and see how it goes as usual. And also currently it's trading below its 10-day trend line, and the 10-day trend line is saying that it's priced at 2 cents, whereas it is trading at 0.18 cents. So it's indicating that it has cooled off. It has corrected. It's cheaper than what it was before. Okay, let's see whether we can get a live session of that. ASTI. Okay, so currently now you can see it's below, based on this 1 minute time chart, 1 minute type chart. It's currently below all of those trend lines, right now. So for some market participants, it's a buying opportunity for them. Okay, and it's also down 0.58%. Okay, so we'll move on to another one we have covered before. That will be BioSolar, BSRC. BSRC is trading at 11 cents. It's down 13.18%, and only 8.3 million shares have crossed the tape, which is, according to this piece, is below average. It has a market cap of $60.1 million. 474.286 million shares on float, outstanding rather. Okay, technically BioSolar appears to be correcting within a longer term bullish trend. Let's see, correcting within a longer term bullish trend. Yes, it's correcting. Yes, and it's below its 10-day trend lines below it. Yes. And although its MACD is presently below the signal line, shares remain 422.7% above an upward sloping 200-day moving average. Comparative relative strength analysis shows that the issue is outperforming the S&P 500. Okay, so it's correcting from this high of 16 cents, currently at 11 cents and some fraction right now. So momentum for BioSolar as measured by 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is waning, no doubt about that. So we had something more than a price rate of change that was more than 400, was up to 500%, 521%. So it's currently down at 71.9%. Okay, this means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking profits in positions bought at lower prices. Today's volume is on track to be lighter than usual, with 8.299 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. The Bollinger Bands are presently wider than usual as a result of greater than normal volatility that accompanied the recent price move. Events such as this may precede a pause or reversal in the near-term trend. Okay, BioSolar, yeah, it's also cooled off. It's correcting as well. Some market participants might see that as a buying opportunity, and if you're gonna do so, don't stick a lot of all of its trend lines, including the volume average price, volume weighted average price. It's trading below all of them now, so some people might see that as a buying opportunity, just as it's indicated in the daily chart as well. And it's still down 13.18%. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, which will be VTNR. Vertex Energy Inc. Okay, Vertex Energy Inc. is trading on NASDAQ. 2.2 million shares have crossed the tape to date, which is indicated as being below average. It's down 1.74%. I don't think we have covered the stock before. So let's update this. Let's make it 29th, which is today. So Vertex is Vertex Energy Inc. is oil and gas consumables. I believe they're probably into hydrogen. Maybe they that will be the not so green hydrogen, the hydrogen from fossil fuels. So it has a market cap of $78.4 million. 45.55 million shares are outstanding. 13% of the shares are held by institutions. It has a short interest of 1.64%, very small. Okay, yes, and currently trading at 1.69%. So Vertex appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping. The MACD histogram is above zero. It's outperforming the S&P 500. Yes, but it's also correcting. Yes, it is correcting within a longer term bullish trend, no doubt about that, because we as at the 26th of this month, which is three days ago, I believe, it was trading at $2.38. It's currently down at $1.69. So if we are trying to find out if it is a correction, it is easily a correction, no doubt about that. Yes, it is a correction. So 10% of that $2.38 high will be $2.15 or thereabouts. So it's already down at $1.69. So let's have a look again and see. Momentum for Vertex as measured by 14-period slope stochastic escalators waning. Okay, yes, it's this price rate of change has tipped over, down at currently down at 95.5%. This means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking profits in positions but at lower prices. Okay, today's volume is on track to be lighter than usual, with 2.218 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. But it's also no longer as seriously overbought as well. Okay, it has some disclosure here. This was as at some piece of news, or rather some disclosures at the 21st of January, but it may not be. It may just be something concerning an interest, probably somebody who owns a position in the stock may have been disposing some of them. So let's find out what's going on the live session. VTNR. Okay, VTNR is also trading above all of its trend lines, but not I can't see in this picture the volume weighted average price, but I can just slightly see the 200-day trend line. So it's trading below that, trading below the 200-day trend line, but all the others, it's all the other three, that is the 10-day, 20-day, and 50-day short-term and the intermediate trend lines, trading above them. So let's see what's going on with GameStop. So it's losing some steam. It's losing some momentum, dropping down now. It's down at 32% or thereabout. Yeah. So okay, before we wrap up, let's also have a look at HYSR. Okay, that's Sun Hydrogen is still up 11.79%. We weren't exactly sure if anything was going to happen, and a lot of people were getting agitated and asking a lot of questions concerning Sun Hydrogen, because for some sessions it hasn't been that positive, but today it has been. And as I also indicated, people were pointing out that it had this very high this increase in short interests of late. It did, as at the time we checked, the increase was in 5 digits. Okay, so let's have a look at the other one, which will be ABML. Okay, ABML is up 20.93%. It also has seen an increase in its short interest. We'll try and see if we can get those figures. ABML. Yeah, still saying the same thing. 13,414% increase. HYSR 20,898% increase. Let's see whether we can find out if we can see what's going on with okay, so GameStop's short interest has declined by 13%. Okay, if that's going to help. Okay, so that's the much we can cover. Okay, let's see if we can have a look at the other ones like plug power. Okay, plug power is down to roughly 3%. Okay, below its trading below all of its trend lines, I believe, but I can't see the 200-day trend line, indicating that it might still be further up, and they probably the volume weighted average price, they probably might be up there. That's why we're not seeing them, because of this decline it's having. Maybe it's still up. It's up there. So next one will be fcel, fuel cell energy. Okay, fuel cell energy is also down roughly 3% or thereabouts. It's also trading below its intermediate and short-term trend lines, and indeed probably the all of our trend lines, probably all of them. There's a good chance it's trading all of them, since we can't see them in this picture. So which one of those stocks? Okay, lithium Americas. Okay, lithium Americas is also down 1%. Okay, below trading, also trading below its trend lines as well. Let's have a look at cciv, Churchill Capital. That is the company that's merging with the car maker, the luxury EV car maker. Can't remember their name. Lucent, is it? I believe Lucent. Yes. So this is what's going on now. It's slightly up 0.31%. Since it's up, that's probably why we're seeing all the trend lines. If it were down, we will probably be seeing only the intermediate and short-term trend lines. So it's right in between the short-term volume weighted average price and the 50-day and the 200-day trend lines. So that's what's going on right now with Churchill Capital. So let's see, have a look. HTOO, Fuel Cell Green PLC. It's down 8.76%. Yeah, but the trend lines are all bunched up there. Okay, let's goev. Okay, we don't have anything. It's probably it's there. Canoe Inc. is down 1.621% or thereabouts. Okay, let's have a look at gevo. Okay, gevo is down 8.93%. Something must okay, well, it mustn't be something wrong, but that's what the case is now. Okay, let's see if we can find any news concerning gevo here. GEVO. So 21.4 million shares below average. Market cap of $2.2 billion. Let's find out if this is the current price. Okay, this is not the current price, that's the 28. Let's get updated. That's it. And then 6.82% of this 197 million shares have been sold short. So it's about 13.49 million shares. To take about not up to a day before to cover all of those things, all those positions. So there was some piece of news that came out concerning it about 2 days ago. It says Gevo announces key business updates and initiatives for 2021. You may have heard about that. Okay, Net Zero 1 overview. Gevo expects that Net Zero 1 will have the capability to produce approximately 445 mega mgpy of liquid hydrocarbons, jet fuel, and renewable gasoline. That when burned should have a net zero greenhouse gas footprint as measured across the whole of the life cycle based on Argonne National Laboratories grid model. In addition, Net Zero 1 is expected to produce at least 350 million pounds per yard of high protein animal feed to reduce and eliminate the fossil resources used in the plant. It's expected to have an anaerobic digestion wastewater treatment plant that is capable of generating enough biogas to run the plant and supply a combined heat and power unit capable of meeting approximately 30% of the plant's electric needs. The remaining 70% electricity to run the plant is expected to come from wind power. Net Zero 1 may also obtain renewable natural gas using manure from dairy or beef cows. Preliminary capital estimates for Net Zero 1 are $700 to $800 million, including on-site renewable energy generation. Gevo is in the process of completing front-end engineering and project planning to determine capital costs for Net Zero 1 with zero precision key initiatives for 2021. Okay, so this is our live session. Okay, so if you're new to this channel,